Preserved from any human activity, French Guiana's Amazon forest seems infinite. However, in certain areas, deforestation has spread, occupied by mining industries looking for gold. Thus, more and more land is being given by the state for such activities. But is this the case? Is France playing a role in the deforestation of the Amazon forest? PIERRE, who goes by the name of KIKO, has been mining gold for over 20 years. His enterprise uses a traditional mining method by crushing rocks mixed with earth into little pieces. It's called gravity mining. Once crushed, the pieces are placed into a centrifuge. The final result? Gold flakes.
Gold has a different density than other materials. Water and the rotating movement creates a centrifugal force that allows for gold to separate from the other matter.
With 5 kilos of gold produced every month, his company is doing well, but for how much longer? His lease renewal has been blocked, due in part, as he says, to certain ecological associations' pressure. Mining operations like his own have been blamed for worsening the deforestation in the region, a triviality according to KIKO.
I invite you and your crew to film what we'll see from the helicopter when we leave, from an altitude. You'll see that after 20 years of activity, I barely have 20 hectares cleared. That's barely a hectare a year. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that mining activity is impacting Guyana.
Thus, who are these individuals behind such ecological pressure? Amongst them, Thomas SAUNIER, a forest guide and staunch anti-gold miner.
Here we are approaching a legal mining concession, as legal and authorised as it gets, as to see how the forest returns when a mining operation is finished.
The gold mining operation here was done over 10 years ago. After clearing the area for mining, the operators were required to bring vegetation back before leaving. But today, only shrubs have returned.
You see that human activity has been through here. Right there you can see traces from the mechanical shovels that dug into the cliff. Due to this, every rainy season the earth crumbles and falls into the river, making it a mud river. All in all, this causes the aquatic ecosystem to suffocate.
On another former site, vegetation is also having trouble returning here. We can even observe abandoned tubes.
In the face of today's ecological emergency, can we still afford to allow such activities to continue? Should we allow another 360,000 hectares of land to be given to mining companies since Mr. Macron became president?
Has so much land really been conceded to mining operators in the last 2 years? In reality, the numbers are much lower. According to the prefecture, authorizations and permits for operators are only 25,000 hectares, an amount that has changed very little in past years. Unchanged as well are simple demands for permits for 140,000 hectares, of which no answers have been given to operators. This gold miner has been waiting for an authorization for 3 years now. According to him, small gold mining operations rarely have the money to finance expensive impact studies, which allows for illegal operations to flourish.
In only a year, our artisanal sectors has decreased by 2/3. Due to the pressure from environmental agencies, legal entities are unable to reach new deposits, which actually favors looting from illegal miners.
Illegal miners are now on the site he seeks to mine. In order to prove it to us, he took us to the site by helicopter. After 10 minutes in the air, we could see in blue where the clandestines live. Such illegal operations have already ripped up hectares from the forest. In order to separate gold from the ground, illegal miners use mercury, which is highly polluting and strictly forbidden for use by legal miners. A gold rush that has lasted too long for an economic impact that is relatively weak, according to this Association for the Protection of the Environment.
If tomorrow the mining sector produced 100 euros more, they would redistribute only 7.5 euros into the rest of the economy. While if tomorrow agriculture produced an extra 100 euros, it would redistribute 33 euros into the local economy. Thus, realistically, we should ask ourselves how important the mining sector is for the territory.
A reform to the mining code is expected by the end of the year in order to take into account the environmental impact. In the meantime, though, illegal mining operations have continued to operate in the territory, cutting down 600 hectares of forest last year and extracting 10 tons of gold. All of this compared to legal operators' 1 ton.